Listen to people around you. And the more you do that, and the more you give your staff that respect, I believe it reciprocates. I believe they stop doing this. In fact, they'll tell you, they'll say, hey, just watch your back, because what's his name was, is a bit upset with you. He thinks you're a sucky CEO. You're like, really? Oh, okay, thank you. So you have these scenarios, and I never know as well, because I tell my staff as well, guys, if you're going to leave, the worst thing you do is leave me in the lurch. Please talk to me. If someone is going to come offer you a job, just come and tell me before. Tell me way before. Say, look, I'm thinking about it. I'll say, okay, it's your life. I can fight to keep you, or I can encourage you to go. It's very important to me. It's very important to me to know as well whether my staff are going up or down if they move. Because if they're going up, I lost ex-DG, Rima. She came, she had some family problems, and she said, I want a fresh start in the new year, and I've been offered a job by my old boss. I'm like, okay, where is it? It's in Proton. It's Proton Regional Marketing Division. I was like, wow, that's good. I was happy for her because I felt it was a different industry. It was a fresh start, and she had a lot of baggage that she had to take care of. So I encouraged her. Similarly, I had a channel guy come to me and say, I've been offered a job by Baraka, and it's a new telco under DG, which probably won't do very well. We hope. And I fought to keep him. I said, don't even think about it. Go to your next meeting and tell them to fuck off. You are not leaving. I will fight to keep you. And I'll make it very clear. So clarity and communication is the most important thing. And every single Monday you will find me telling the staff, communicate. Nobody is to work in silos. It's when you work in silos and you make assumptions that things screw up, and I'm there to clean you up. I even have guys, I have two Indian guys, right? Jay and Pavan, right? And they're the loveliest guys. They're really nice, And then one day I saw this email between them. You got a big mouth. No, you got a big mouth. Oh, And I got them in the room. I said, what the hell's going on? Oh no, bro. They were explaining stuff. There were some, he doesn't do this, he doesn't do that. And I saw that they had this lovers spat. So I sat them down. I said, guys, I don't want to come down like a traditional boss say, stop screwing around, or you're both out, or I'll screw you guys. I don't want to screw them. I just said, look, I want to understand what's wrong with them. And then I found out they're living together. So you cannot live together and then come to the office and sit together. So I simply straight away went and said, okay, we are no longer going to subsidize this apartment, for you guys. We are going to split the subsidy into two. You both go and get your own department. Because I know, I used to live in a boarding house. I know when you're in the same room, my God, you just want to pull the other guys. Because when I pull them aside and they stop talking about work, they're like, yeah, he turns the TV on in the middle of the night and it makes noise. And I can't sleep. I was like, okay. But then when I call my friends in India, right, he'll come and say, hey, can you stop talking so loud? I need to sleep. So it's not fair, right? I'm like, yeah, it's not fair. Sometimes you have to listen. You have to listen and find out what the solution is. I can't always come up with a solution, but if you listen, you'll figure it out, and you keep open communication. That's the most important thing. Yes.
I have two questions. First one, what do you think? Why, I would say, Fernandez did choose you as the CEO? That's the first question. And then the second one is, how do you inspire your staff?
Okay. Good questions. Why did Tony choose me? When he first asked me to join him, I said, Tony, I'm not a telco guy. And he goes, exactly. I don't want a telco guy. He said, I wasn't an aviation guy, but look what I did. He didn't want a telco guy because he really didn't want the traditional guy. Unfortunately, he did get the traditional guy. I'm very traditional. I realized that your bread and butter comes from dealers. So I kept pushing traditional. And Tony kept telling me, don't go traditional. Sell it, on Airboy Asia, sell it on the internet, things like that. I'm like, Tony, So I suppose Tony probably chose me because of strengths and weaknesses that he saw. Maybe he sees that I'm a communicator and can probably hold an audience's attention for half an hour or 45 minutes. Maybe he saw something in me that was entrepreneurial, because I had built my business before, and Tony's an entrepreneur as well. And when entrepreneurs get together, they really there's this thing that entrepreneurs can feel. They're naturally hungry. They've got this drive. I don't know where it comes from. And I always wanted to be, I always wanted to do my own thing. I never really wanted to go in and really work for whatever. I've never been a COO or a manager. Not from want to try, it's just that I have been lucky enough and blessed enough to be offered certain positions which I've taken and others I haven't. I've tried. I did go into the UK once and apply for a few jobs, and the guy was sitting down there telling me, yeah, I've got a Ferrari, so yeah, I can do this. If you work as hard as I do, you can get a Ferrari too. I was like, okay, you know. I mean, that was like selling life insurance or something. So, and I was at a bank, I went to this American bank, and they're like, yeah, you know, tell us about the Malaysian economy, the regional economy in Asia there. You know, you think there's a chance that you're going to get back on your feet after the financial crisis? I'm like, well, Asians are very hardworking, especially the Chinese. You know? They've got huge markets there. You know, of course, commodities are going to pick themselves up and bullshitting on my ass. You know? So it wasn't really for me. You know, I never realized really what I wanted to do, and I didn't plan. All these things that I've told you tonight, right? I really didn't plan any of this. I never planned to come back and be signed by EMI. I really came back to figure out what I was going to do. Lots of people do that. Lots of people come back and they figure out, and they keep figuring out for the whole lives. But if you don't take the opportunity, because you'll find that these people are there, but opportunities do come up. Because whenever you stand still, people are walking around you and they will offer something to you. You have to listen. And even if they don't, you got to go for something, whatever it is, you know, try it. So I think maybe Tony sees something that, you know, we both come from the music background, and, you know, Kathleen is head for commercial in AirAsia, also comes from music background. Mark Lancaster comes from music background. So maybe it's just because he likes musical people. It could be, I don't know. You'll have to ask him.
Could we have one more question?
Oh wait, there's a part 2 for this question. How do I motivate the staff?
Sorry, okay, so after that one, then the last one from the back.
Okay.
Then we'll have to close and maybe a chit chat afterwards outside.
Sure.
Yeah?
Or a beer. Come on, man.
Girls welcome.
Zaid Ibrahim. What is that about, huh? So, question: how do I motivate the staff? As I said before, I think it's very important to communicate with them well. Because when you don't communicate, you don't motivate them. And have a laugh with them. Always try to have a laugh with your staff, you know? And make fun of each other. Sometimes you might overstep the line. Don't obviously go up to your secretary and go, I want to screw you. I've seen it happen. And then the girl is like, ooh, I don't like this, you know, I'm going to write a letter, you know. Some people are very sensitive about that sort of thing. But generally, when you make fun of the Indians and Chinese and Malay, you know, it's very good. I enjoy that. Yeah. Because I think we're all too touchy in Malaysia. We're really all too touchy. We don't chill out, you know. We're all too racist. If you say anything about Malays, what Malays? What do you say about Malay? Well, you know, Malays are cool, you know. Pity they can't do anything themselves. Oh, you're a racist fucker, man. And the Indians, you know, marginalized a lot, you know, but, you know, coconut oil. The Chinese have dirty long fingernails, you know. So we gotta laugh at ourselves. We don't do it enough, you know. I used to go on stage and do all this funny stuff, you know, and doing the Actors Olympics, you know, with a closed audience, you can laugh about this. Of course, you cannot say it live. You can't say it live. Drinking. Man, half the Malays in this country drink like fish, man. I was a student in the UK. You should go to Bar Madrid and see the Malays there. You know, with the Bruneians as well. Getting pissed every night, man. They drink like fish. They drink so much. You know, they're the guys who are on the ground. You always find the guy who's on the ground is the most Islamic Malay you will find. I'm not kidding. I have a cousin, you know, he was like, pass, all the way, pass. One day I saw him Bangsa, and he was like, I had a debate like the weekend, you know, with him, like about like pass and all this, and how pass should take over. And he came to me, please don't tell my cousin, and don't tell him. Whatever, man. Oops. I don't judge. I try not to judge as much as I can. I think it's very important that other people don't as well. So that's a good thing to break the ice, make fun a little bit of yourself as well.